everybody. Here for flow session 19. I am Teresa McGrath, light channel, wholeness teacher, energy awareness educator is what I channel. So for flow session 19, actually before I begin, if you're looking at my new accounts on Instagram or YouTube, starting at 18, flow session 18, is because I've lost access to the others at present. So I'm not exactly sure why, but it was called Open Hearts, and my other one was called Instagram Wholeness Channel Teacher, I think. I'm not sure, I didn't look at it that often, but Flow Sessions is my new account, Teresa's Flow Sessions, and they are essentially this, so wholeness teaching. So let's begin with Flow Session 19, and I'm just flowing on through life with universal intelligence for where we're all at the time that is currently affecting me as part of the whole. So it's good information for me, and I always feel the urge to speak it because I'm one with you all, and we're moving forward in the energy consciousness shift of love, light, law. As one with representation of that in your own lives. So, Flow Session 19 has led me to talk about essentially empowerment. I can choose new and different. I am allowed. Giving ourselves the permission to follow through on signs and symbols in our life so that we feel at home in ourselves and contented while in this temporary life experience. When I say temporary, we all know that we're here for up to approximately 100 years at the moment, and it's no concern of mine whether we learn of higher consciousness to stay here any longer or anything like that. It's more about how we're empowering ourselves moment by moment in this whole moment of the temporary lifetime that we share with this planet as part of the universe, cosmos, and we all affect each other. So I get down to the nuts and bolts of our design and whether we're noticing and flowing in optimum flow as a majority of us light workers are doing on the planet at the moment, assisting in various wonderful and beautiful manners. So what I wanted to clarify was the flow I'm feeling right now to assist putting out is got to do with all this. So I've got this diagram yet again. So I can choose new and different. I am allowed. So we give ourselves the permission. So the background to that is how do I explain that part? I've drawn a star, exclamation, a heart, exclamation, and a big star. These little diagram symbols have a lot of meaning when I put them down. And so I evolve into words what they are describing to me. So where did I begin in this diagram? Okay, I had to draw the fact that across our shoulders to a point, the shoulders being the throat chakra, like just above, is flow, light, and ease in our design of consciousness. It is flow. So when we are not speaking honestly, or we're confused as to what our truth is because the outside world, influences us, and we don't have stabilization there, then it's not necessarily flowing. So it's important for us to learn the design of ourselves with the chakras, the layers of the bodies being the mental, emotional, spiritual wholeness, and the physicality, that all of that is anchored to earth in our, our bodies and personalities expression. So we let the outside world influence that expression a lot, which is a part of the learning of the life experience, but it's most important to put it first. So when we give our energy away to the confusion, instead of learning more about our design and coming home to ourselves, where it feels good all the way up from our heart, we're free to express it, and we open up to the divine assistance, which is essentially this expanded triangle version, star triangles version. Because if we're operating from the truth of what we feel, and we feel free enough to express it, then we're getting into the 5D of ourselves, which is what we're doing with the planet. We're lifting through our own expression the energy on the planet. So we need some honesty here, which means at the heart chakra, we've got some things to remember and learn repeatedly, that I give and receive. I'm allowed to. I'm not to feel guilty or something about that. I'm not, I need to look at that in my next meditation if that's what I'm doing. Am I blocking off my flow to others? And why is that? Is it got to do with lower chakra patterns? And then you research the lower chakras, which I'm not going to do right now, but hopefully I get my other pages up and running again, because there are videos on that. If not, I'll touch it. The block in that flow of those social media channels is not going to stop my flow. So, it can't, because the whole reason why I talk about any of this is because there is a wider flow. It's not like humans can control or stop your flow, your empowerment, unless you mentally let that affect your energy, then your emotions, and then you're trapped in the battle of the human ego, which I'm not. And that's where we're going, because this is free flow, 5-dimension at our throat. We are a part of this shift, so that we can let the light in through the third eye crown, our knowing here as well, and the knowing of spirit. That's what we're one with. I am. So it's important that we're honest at our heart level, because it feels good to do things we want, true from there, and express it for this temporary life experience. It feels good all the way up. It is a freeing sensation rather than a blockage held down, which can show in the body field in many ailments, when you're blocking your energy flow of truth. All the way up and down. So with clearing, with staying honest here, you're opening the flow. You've got to let it come all the way through old patterns, and removing the old patterns, connect with this beautiful, magical, powerful force of earth for your full empowerment, so you can have this flow. And you can flow it out in your expression and experience, which feels good all the way up, meaning from that heart honesty, you go up to flow, light, and ease. It is a light resonance. it's not light as in weak, it's light as in powerful, meaning that which we cannot see, hold, or touch is the true power. Not the manipulation in the field, like you may have known I've gone through because I'm in a relationship aspect of life, which has got to do with the spiritual growth and ego lessening on the planet. So it's not the manipulation of anything in the field to do with the ego and the energies on the planet trying to keep us in ego operations. That's not the invisible I'm talking about. I'm talking about substance. I'm talking about the true fabric, the weaves of us coming together, and not giving our attention over to anything that doesn't serve the flow of all of us. Whether we like it or not, everyone's entitled to flow. We are all of this design. We are all here to share our hearts and souls. That's your heart weave connection, is your soul. And you need to express that in this body form. And so, as I was saying, across the shoulders, this is like the stabilization of the throat chakra coming up to a point with the third eye in the middle and the crown at the top. So there is further stabilization of all of this to light your field up. Now, when you're doing that work, everything I've already mentioned, the universe you are one with emphasizes and brings to you through magnetic force. That is our truth. 5D access from us being true at heart level and above. And not letting anything on earth that we've known or that's still going on block us up from having that truth all the way down to Mother Earth. And she recalibrates the crap and we get the good source of her. But if we don't let it go and we walk around heavy and not in trust of the heart and up, we're not going to have that flow and live full contented lives. We're going to have all sorts of problems where we're confused about something. Why is this happening to me, etc., etc. So there is wisdom at the heart level. It is not just, oh, I love, or something like this, you know. It is not weakness to love and show love. And underlyingly, we know that. We know that when we love, we're empowering others. And we love it when others empower us. There is power in that. And that opens up everything. Because think about it. When you let someone have an effect on you from old patterns or triggers, and you get caught up in it, then you're just going to get caught up in it. But when we're brave enough to see through old patterns to the truth, we realize the lesson is we have to keep being brave in the truth and embody it, bring it to earth, live it, and allow our visions to come true. Not battle to get what we want. So when someone makes you feel good, your energy field opens up. But it's not for us to try and work hard to get that. It's for us to keep being ourselves. For how did we get that without even trying to get it, is my point. So for instance, if you're getting support and it feels great, you can be yourself, that's wonderful. That's your focus. Keep being yourself. Don't get attached to It's them giving me attention that allows me to be myself. That's when you're giving over your power to the outside as though they have the control or permissions for you to feel good. So you just got to remember that bit there that says, what I need in any moment, the universe will flow to me. So if, like we all need love on this planet, no doubt about it, the universe flows love through the people in different ways, different people, different relationships, spontaneous, unpredictable all the time. I'm receiving that. Receive it at the heart level. Say thanks. But don't let the mind control you and say, that's how I grow. I've got to keep that coming. I've got to bottle that for myself. Because then you're stuck in mind. It slows down your field. It might draw on old patterns of growth where you got support when you were younger or something, and you really just need to have that same kind of feeling. Like, this is my stabilization. I have to keep this happening. You got to not work hard at what the universe is going to bring to you through love. You are love. We are all love. It is love light law. It is love energy. Just let it come. Receive it. And remember to give that gift back out. So be who you are in expression. Enjoy your life. Electrically pulse out your soul, who you are. Feel alive, But don't try to control where the connections come from. You're going to connect universally on this planet through your heartbeat, weave, soul connection. Because people get caught up with the outside, and we all have, in this superficial realm, in the holding, touching, guaranteed, sign on the line, whatever kind of realm. But it doesn't matter what we sign off on if the universe has other ideas that we've pre-planned with our soul contracts to experience here. Because the universe is going to keep directing you to that plan, to either to whatever it is that's going to make a big impact for your soul and ripple out to everyone else. That which you cannot see. So don't forget, the power is in what you cannot see. But the key to that is heart level. Make sure if you're interacting at all, I always call on my highest light resources. Because, the air is full. The ether is full. So just remember, as I finish up now, that if you're going low, you don't have to keep going low. Trust that the majority is light assistance, because that's where we've come from. Light waves into body formation for this time period. That's really the key strength that I kept reminding myself of. Don't get caught up in what certain humans are doing or the repercussions showing in the field. Remember where you came from, and you will go back there, but remember the high points of where you came from, because you've come to live them on earth. You've come to operate from love, all the different types, anytime you want. Now, if you get any backlash, let it come and let it go. Sometimes standing out differently as yourself and expressing love, being brave step by step, others might feel their own trigger points, because essentially they're trying to find their way to their bravery to do it. So let it come, let it go, and stand in your love and offer them love. What I'm trying to say is just be aware that if others aren't in that resonance of the heart, and they might be trapped in patterns trying to make it into their expression, bravery of the heart, you might receive negative flow from what they're in. So don't take on others' stuff. But how you help them from the wisdom of the heart is stay in your love. Just, you got to expect sometimes that some people are going to be harsh and acclimatize to not buying into it. Accept that those things are going to happen and you can't control everyone. But what you can control is what you do with your heart. And that is standing in your power and empowerment. And that happens in all different angles of all different aspects of life. So instead of rushing forward to perhaps argue a point, realize you're going to come up amongst things that are not in resonance. What is your resonance in this moment? That's where you'll access the freedom of this free flow, rather than I'm gonna rush forward and attack in some way or fight back in some way. And that's another little point. We can feel so passionate and strongly about something that we might rush into the good purpose we have, but we're rushing in with ego response. Whereas we just take a step back within ourselves and breathe and open up to the truth. I don't have to battle what's going on. I have to stand in my truth. What's my purpose here? How can I assist from flow? Not to say we don't go down into ego, old things where we just want to make a point of something good. We actually have to access the flow to keep ourselves at that level. 5D. So clearing out your 3D, reminding yourself constantly, this is truth. You're one with the universe. You're not one with bossy humans or any kind of ill-mannered goings on. You're not one with that. It's just going on. Maintain your flow. I think I've covered that enough. Otherwise, I could go on and on about how you can go about that, which perhaps will be in the next flow. Even though I have done that in the previous sessions. We'll see if my YouTube is recovered or if I can look back to some old videos. Might be able to recover them. Because once I post, I don't keep them all. Anyway. Gracias. Stay clear, love, light, law, flow of your light channel. And don't let it go. It is one with you always, your powerful flow. Heaven to earth, you are both. Gracias, gracias, gracias. My world full of muchachas. My compliment to you all. God bless. Bye for now. See you again soon.